Salve to Discipuli. This is Magistra Buddy, and this lesson is for stage 22, forming adverbs from third declension adjectives. So a quick review, what is an adverb? An adverb modifies or gives more information about a verb. It explains usually how something is done or performed. So the girl quickly ran around the track. The student diligently studied. The artist skillfully sculpted the clay. All three of these examples answer the question of how something was done. However, there are some other adverbs. They can answer when something is done, where something is done. So adverbs of time answer the question when. So tum is then, mox soon, yam already or now, hodie today, nunc also means now. Adverbs of place, so this answers the question where. Where is something done? Hic is here, ibi there, und from where, and ubi where. These are also adverbs. They're a little tricky. Adverbs of manner, degree, or cause. Quam can be how, so, or than. Tam can also be so. Paina is nearly or almost. Cor is why. Ergo, therefore. Ita, so. All right, so how do we form adverbs from adjectives? Quick review from last stage. 1-2 adjectives, you just chop off the ending and add an accented E. And so charis, dear, becomes care, dearly. Litus, lite. Peritus, perite. This is new. Third declension adjectives, you chop off the genitive singular ending and add iter. Now, the reason why we use the genitive singular as opposed to the nominative singular is because in the third declension, nominative singular is oftentimes very odd. There's nothing that we can really count on. So, looking at the genitive singular, fortis, which means brave, becomes fortiter, bravely. Gravis, which means heavy, becomes graviter, heavily. Brevis, which means short, becomes breviter, shortly, or you could say briefly. Ferocis, fierce, becomes ferociter, fiercely. Suavis, which means sweet, becomes suaviter, sweetly. Now, of course, because it's Latin, there has to be some exceptions. If the adjective, the third declension adjective in the nominative singular ends in an ns, most of the time you will just drop the s and add ter. Audox is also a little bit odd. It becomes audocter. Don't stress too much about having to memorize these. What's most important is that you're able to recognize it when you see it in the Latin, and so that you know to translate words like negligenter and audocter and potenter as adverbs, not adjectives. So this would be negligently or boldly or powerfully. Forming superlative adverbs, well, that's an easy thing to do. It's exactly the same as in the previous lesson, because once something is in the superlative, it automatically has your 1-2 endings. So this is just a copy and paste from the previous lesson. Ferocissimus becomes ferocissime, and so on and so forth. All right, so let's do a little quick quiz. Are you looking for an adverb or an adjective? So Quintus was a sensible young man. So ask yourself, is sensible describing Quintus or what he's doing? In this example, it's describing Quintus, so it would be prudens, not prudenter. Salvius rode quickly into the courtyard. Quickly is an adverb because it's describing how he rode. It is not describing Salvius, so it would be celeriter. The soldier was happy because the goddess had cured him. Okay, so happy is describing the soldier, not what he was doing, so it would be litus. Wilbia worked diligently only when her father was watching. So diligently is an adverb because it's describing how she worked, so it would be diligenter. Salvius sometimes acted very cruelly to his slaves. So very cruelly is describing how Salvius acted, and it's a superlative because of the very, so it would be crudelissime. All right, quick review. In English, most adverbs end in ly. In Latin, many adverbs have a unique spelling. If you would like to, and it's highly recommended that you go back and review those 3 lists. To form adverbs from adjectives, if it's a 1-2 adjective, you just replace the ending with an E, and that was from the previous lesson. In this lesson, we learned about third declension adjectives, which most of the time you look at the genitive singular, drop the is, and add iter.